Hey everybody, welcome to day 307. So had the cheat meal yesterday, was up to 215.2, so that was an 8.2 pound swing, which is pretty normal. The main goal of this week was or is to try to get my hips and my back and everything aligned so I can go for another trap bar deadlift PR around Thursday. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible because the left hip it won't cooperate. It's stuck up into my ribs and it's causing nerve pain. So it's like it's on the brink of becoming a major issue. So first exercise there was a standing knee raise and 85 pounds, went from 15 reps to 17. And then here we have a two-arm chin-up isometric. So I tried to do the one arm. I tried to hang from one arm. It just body weight. It felt like I was going to break my arm as soon as I went to apply a little bit of power. Okay, so I did these before last training cycle. On these days, I usually went up to 18 or 21 ISO pulls, but here I kept them all at the very bottom position, which obviously I found to work out better. That's where you're strongest at as well. I have 135 pounds on the dumbbell and a ton of chain loaded up on it. Obviously, I'm not able to pull straight up on it, but I'm putting a ton of pressure on there to keep lifting the dumbbell up. Okay, you can see how much tension is on those two bands when I try to sit down. We'll play this end of the set raw. Okay, it's hard to judge 100% because where that chair is moves around some, but my previous best was like 9 reps on there, and I got 12. So obviously that exercise is hardest at the very end position with the bands. But when you see all I've been training is the isometrics, which I'm only training the very stretch position. Again, if you want any chance for anything to carry over to anything, that's the intensity you need to be doing every rep of every set at. Those are extremely difficult. Here I am doing plate pinches, I guess, the 45-pound bumper plates. I get a little bit under 40 seconds. Again, I can't hold anything overhead. When I have the elbows tucked in, it's okay. As soon as my left elbow is rotated out just slightly, like I said, if I apply any pressure, it feels like my my arm's gonna break. And yeah, with it rotated out, also I can't even hang there body weight. So it's all about finding how you can get work in. And I'm still hoping to get 150 weighted chin up next week. So I have to find a way. It's unfortunate I wasn't able to train the same exact way that I have been training leading up to this point, but I've already hit my goal anyway, and I'm not just going to stop training because something hurts. So here's the quad extensions. Okay, this was exactly 13 months ago with my gray bands doubled over, which are way weaker. I was able to get 4 plates here, and I weighed 6 pounds less than I do today. I haven't done this variation specifically in 13 months. From the bottom up, it's harder. I don't care if you call it a squat, a deadlift, whatever. Put the bar just above your knees as low as you can go. There's only one way to lift the weight. So I weighed these bands on camera a couple weeks ago. There's approximately 120 pounds of tension at the bottom, 320 at the top, and then the top weight I'm going to go for is 398. So it's probably like 41 pounds heavier than you saw me do before. And I am 6 pounds heavier today. So it's probably like a 20 pound, 25 pound better lift maybe. Okay, there we go. Obviously, it was harder than the other one that I did. Lockout, yeah, lockout was a little bit soft. I mean, I could have continued to keep fighting and ramp my knees forward and pull myself back more, ramp my knees forward, pull myself back more, but I was all the way uncoiled already. And then, with the bar out in front of you, a locked out position is you're going to have a slight knee bend and lean back. But I locked the knees out all the way just to say that I was locked out there, and then I turned loose of it. Okay, so again, there's 518 pounds at the bottom, 718 pounds at the top. If this was straight weight, it would feel something like 618 pounds. Do I care? No, I don't care. I know people want to know what that feels like. In my notes, it's tracked as 405 Zercher off the third pen with 2 greens. If you don't think it feels like 618, if you feel like it feels like 600, okay, go load up 600. Tell me what it feels like. Again, these are all just variations to me. My goal is the Zercher deadlift off the ground. If I get the bar over my knees, I'm going to be able to lock out a straight weight Zercher deadlift in one motion. I'm stronger from the knees up, maybe anatomically, or I don't know, because I train with a lot of bands and chains. Again, I only need to lock out 551 off this position, and I'm going to be in much different shape if I ever try it. I just train different variations just to keep my body fresh and to be strong at different points. If you want to get into Zerchers, I suggest not even to do them above knees. I suggest to do them below the knees. I think most everyone has the mobility to do a Zercher slightly below the knee. If you can do a deadlift off the ground, you can grab the Zercher slightly below the knee. Again, the biomechanics of this lift is it's a giant hinge from the top all the way down to the bottom. If people want to try to quote unquote squat, all they're doing is trying to keep their torso completely upright and to the point where the knees and the hips run out of range of motion. And then to get more range of motion, they usually freak out because they haven't moved their torso at all. So then when the torso moves forward a little bit, they're like, oh, this requires spinal extension, and then they freak out and either don't go lower or dump the bar or whatever. If you want to try this exercise, you need to start hinging the hips, bending the knees, letting the torso go forward all at the same time. So you can bend all 3 of those joints evenly on the way down and on the way back up. Again, when you're doing something like a low bar squat, the moment arm between where the bar is and the hip is short, so you can get away, I guess, without having a big lever on the back. But when you have something out in front of you, there's going to be a longer lever, so you have to hinge it over. And again, when lifting Zercher off the floor, you'll see once the bar clears the knees are going to be shoved far forward and your upper back is going to be pushing back a lot. There's a big change and there's a lot of movement there. So again, if you're trying to stop the movement short above the knees and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, there's a lot of movement that has to happen. The knees have to come very far forward. My back has to go very far back. People freak out and they say, oh, I don't know how to do this, or it doesn't feel good. Just like anything else, if you don't know how to do something properly, you're not used to doing it, the first time you put a barbell on your back, it's uncomfortable. Like, that's perfectly fine. Again, I don't care how anyone lifts. I don't care if you want to do the Zercher or not. I'm saying if you want to try the Zercher, these are some things to keep in mind if you're going to try them. The bar is probably going to be uncomfortable on your forearm. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel tension in your stomach and your abs because they have to deflate. It has to do that in order to let your back round, to get the bar as close to your center of gravity as possible so your hips can do the actual work. And yeah, because my hips and my ribs and my SI joint was out of place doing this, everything is going to be extremely sore tomorrow and beat up, of course. So that's all I got for today. Talk to you guys tomorrow.